This episode of Trips to the Store has been brought to you with the help of viewers like you. Transmissions wouldn't be the show it is today if it wasn't for all of your support. Join our Patreon today at transmissionspodcast.com/support.
Welcome to the Transmissions Trips to the Store, where we show off all the cool Transformer stuff we got this week. We do this as a video, you are seeing the video because this is part of our regular Transmissions podcast. You can check that out at our website, transmissionspodcast.com. We do 2 shows every week. Every Wednesday is Transmissions, the show all about Transformers toys and merchandise. Then every Friday is Transmissions Alt Mode, which is all about Transformers comics and media. And this week we are reviewing Transformers number 36 in comics. So get ready for that on Friday. Go away. There we go. As always, Transmissions is powered by you, the listener. Thank you to all of our listeners on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you for supporting us. If you want to support us, you can go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. That's where you can sign up. You can also help us by buying some merchandise from our TeePublic store. That's at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. And lots of cool merchandise. I got a brand new Transmission shirt right here. Darryl's got his shirt on.
I got a logo on my head. It took me by surprise.
But yeah, lots of shirts, masks, other merchandise there. You can check that out. So let's jump right in. We've got a guest this week, Chris Vangelus from WTF at TFW. Thanks, Chris, for joining us.
They got me in a room. Look at me.
All right. Well, we're going to start off the show and let Darryl take the lead. So, Darryl, you're going to show off what you got this week.
All right. Well, I only got one thing to show off this week, and it's something I've been waiting to show off just because it's, it hasn't been the right time. But not that this is the right time, but I'm going to do it anyway. This thing here is my new Masterpiece scaled Optimus Prime. This is not official, but this is the 4th party Masterpiece MP44 Optimus Prime version 3.0 Silver Leg version. That's the official name on Show Zed store.
It does have silver legs.
It does have silver legs and a working sound box. So where's the button on you? I think that's it. Yeah, so
I like the unofficial like luxury KO versions of those sound boxes when you could just hear the whole clip with the music and everything because they're like whatever.
Yeah, they don't care. I don't know. I'm assuming that this is the same with the official one, but now it does Japanese.
Oh no, that's Chinese.
Was it Chinese? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
On topic.
Yes, I guess so. But if you hold it down to switch the languages, it does the transition sound. I think that's hilarious.
I can't remember if the official one does that or not. It might do the transformation noise instead. I haven't messed with that sound box in a while.
But it looks great. I gotta say, for a knockoff, this is great, and they've done some improvements on it. I haven't transformed it yet. I bought this because it was on sale, and when I bought it, it was $89.99 US. So no trailer, but it comes with everything else that you see. All the box, I got the box behind me. Actually, it's right there. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I don't know what I'm doing. That's it right there over my shoulder. So it's just a standard black or brown box, but it's got the tray inside, and then inside that is all the the stuff it came with, the Starscream head, the the shoulder pylons, and all the blast effects and the different faces and the damage piece and stuff like that. The one thing it did not come with, which I'm kind of bummed about, is a little piece to put on the shoulder for the insignia. So I just had to crack out a repro labels and just put it on there. So
how are the joints feeling on that? That's my main question with the luxury KO scene. Is like, do they feel good?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Real good. It honestly, it feels fantastic. The one complaint that I do have about it is that I think it got packaged under some kind of duress because there's a little tab right on the inside of the leg here, right there, right, and there's a stress mark on it. So it when you fold the leg in to connect in there, it doesn't really want to hold all that well. So I'm a little concerned about that peg. But other than that, I'm really happy with everything. It looks fantastic. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about this. This was one of those things that when I saw that the Masterpiece Optimus Prime was $90, I was like, yeah, I gotta get this. I gotta check this out. So yeah,
I'd be tempted by that because I like the transformation on MP44 a lot, and I like it enough that I should say luxury KO I don't use as a derogatory. I just think it's the most clear way to refer to that subgenre. I liked MP36 Megatron's transformation a lot. I have like 2 luxury KOs that are completely different from each other because I wanted more copies of that toy that have little tweaks. And if that one, I got to look into that one because if that one's transformation is a little bit smoother, I would be down for just that robot into cab because I like the transformation concept. It's got surprising flow for how like kooky it is.
Well, this is my first experience with MP44, so I really don't have any comparison for it. But I did show this off last week, and go ahead.
I was going to say, use a video.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I haven't even attempted it. Because I don't have it. But I showed this off last week, and if you can see above my shoulder here, there's the box for it. But this is the Crimson Wings that I bought in the same order with the Optimus. So I showed it off last week. But you guys were different audience last week. Neither one of you were on the show. So
I don't even know who that is.
So Crimson Wings is the luxury KO of MP52. So and
Starscream.
I'm really impressed with as well. So
I actually had a question so is that based on MP52? Because there's also another new cartoon style Seeker that the Infinite Transformation people did, and like their naming is all just smudgy enough that I actually can't tell the difference between any of them anymore.
Yeah, this is definitely based on MP52, but the biggest difference is that they gave him a waist swivel.
Oh, interesting.
None of the official MPs have ever had a waist swivel, so this guy's got a waist swivel, and most of the other most of the other bits on him are pretty much MP52 kind of stylings, but they've just kind of upped it a bit. But yeah, he's called, what is he? Is officially Crimson Wings by Deformation Aircraft.
I'm looking him up as we go.
Yeah, so he's cool. He was more expensive than Optimus, so yeah, he was $150. But yeah, that's it. That's what I have for this week.
Nice, very nice.
All right,
I learned things.
Well, Chris, we're gonna move it over to you.
Oh well, it is Halloween, so spooky times.
Well, it's when this goes up, it'll be November 3rd, so.
It's November-ween, so spooky. Hang on, it's November-ween, so spooky times. Because you're too late. The candy's all gone. Anyway, I went to a toy show earlier this month. I actually saw Darryl there in real life, so there's a decent chance Darryl's an actual human being.
I don't exist only digitally.
Yeah, like it still might have been an actor. I'm not, I can't say 100%. But I'm pretty sure it was real. So
Did
while
you
I was
quiz
there,
him?
no, I was selling toys, so I just went like, you know what? If you're fake Darryl, as long as you're not stealing my toys and my money, then it's all good. But I made some cash, and so I went and spent some cash, and I spent less than I made, which is a first at a toy show, because I'm terrible. So I saw at Madhouse Toys they had little third-party pocket scale Galvatrons, and I like Galvatron a lot. So I picked up both of them. So I think this is actually a pretty good deal because I looked him up later. I think he's supposed to be like $75, but for $55, I got Iron Factory's Galvatron, who's got a very IDW barbarian motif.
Mhm.
Yeah, I should say the other one I got before I start going on is Darius, the New Age darling boy that. Everyone loves New Age now because they're fans' toys or whatever. I like New Age. The reason why a lot of people like New Age now makes me not go into New Age threads. It's not my podcast, so I can just start like dogging on parts of the community.
Yeah. You can do whatever you want here. We're not beholden to anybody.
Well, I picked up both little Galvatrons because I like Galvatron. I'd been eyeing these. This one is a bit more fun to mess with. I was actually pleasantly surprised how good this felt because I have a sort of up and down history with Iron Factory. When they do stuff I like, I love it. When they do stuff I don't like, it bounces off me really hard. I always cite their Overlord bounced off me tremendously hard. But this one, the articulation built into this guy is so emotive, and there's so much like subtlety you can put into his posture. I was astounded given how bulky he is. And then Darius has a very similar sort of subtle articulation scheme, slightly more limited than you might think, but mostly in very small ways that probably don't matter to lots of people. They both are super solid. I like that they both do the forearm cannon because I get why the cannon goes on the bicep sometimes, but it looks worse. So I'm okay with it being on the forearm. The Iron Factory one actually has an extra shoulder pad over here with a peg hole on the front, so you can peg the cannon on there so that he can do the thing he did the one time and hold the cannon like a gun if you want. But I'm big on transformation too. I need to like the transformation on my converting robot toys a lot. That's kind of like if I don't, I feel like I'm losing out on my value proposition basically. With time,
We're not Hasbro official. You can say transforming. You don't have to say converting.
I kind of like doing it just for fun because like it makes people twitch. But I actually like the transformation schemes on these two quite a bit. They're very clever with a lot of really good ideas. They both end up looking like nothing at the end. And I don't mean that really even as a derogatory. They kind of do what Galvatrons tend to do. The only Galvatron across the whole swath of Galvatrons available who actually nails the alt mode, in my opinion, is the recent Kingdom one. It has just the right shapes, just the right visceral look to the cannon mode that it doesn't immediately look like a dude that kind of fell over. And what's fascinating is like, especially Darius, the New Age one, these both have a lot of creative engineering and really neat, like solid locking mechanisms to end up looking like a dude who fell over. And it's hard to say that without it being like just a straight up like insult on the toy. It's like they look like solid Galvatron alt modes in the greater Galvatron pastiche. It's just like Darius looks a lot like the Fans Toys or Unique Toys Galvatron, or was it DX9? The two Masterpiece scale ones, in that it's a cannon, but it looks kind of kludgy, and you see a bit too much of a dude in it. Iron Factories makes for a more cohesive vehicle mode, but it's sort of like a four-treaded nothing with a gun, but like the treads align, and there's even the ability to kind of elevate and ball socket maneuver them like they're off-road. So the Iron Factory one overall, I think, is more fun, but Darius is fascinating to mess with, and he is a very little, very G1-y Galvatron, and sometimes you kind of want that because we're in this sort of golden age of Galvatrons now. Once upon a time, we were kind of stuck with it was just the Fans Toys one and the Unique Toys DX9 one, and I don't think the Fans Toys one is as good as a lot of people think it is. I think it looks good in robot mode, and maybe that's what a lot of people think is good about it. But the
shots fired.
I like Sovereign as a robot toy. I think that him as a $300 converting robot toy, he's not very good. I think if he was a $150 that robot mode with that articulation that didn't transform, I think I'd like him a lot more. Because the Sovereign transformation sucks. The Unique Toys DX9 one, I always forget who made it, the D-Series one. It's a lot more weird looking in robot mode, but it has a better cannon mode, and the transformation is actually kind of fun. So I always give that one just a little leg up over Sovereign. Sovereign is heavy and looks good in robot mode, and like that's it. But that's also good enough for a lot of folks. Anyway, I like these little Galvatrons. The bad part is now I kind of want the Iron Factory Scourge and Cyclonus, and the worst part is the Iron Factory Scourge has 4 separate head sculpts and shoulder sculpts to be 4 different characters. So I want 4 Iron Factory Scourges. They are still 55 Canadian dollars a piece. That's a lot all of a sudden. But like I don't want one because then I got all these bits for the other robot modes, and I don't want to swap them all. I just want 4 of them. And my friend Matt of Matt McNally of some of the third-party panels has 3 of them or 4 of them. He has 3 or 4 of them, and he took photos, and it wasn't nice of him to do that to me because they looked really good. So, and then the worst part is I heard Iron Factory stuff is a one run and done company right now where they make a whole bunch, but when they're gone, they're gone. And apparently the aftermarket on Iron Factory stuff from the past is pretty high. And I looked into some of it and I was like, oh no, that's pretty high. So, yeah, this is my problem to deal with. It's not even a real problem, but either way. I like these Galvatrons. They were a nice cap on top of a fun toy show. Also, my first gathering of people since the lockdown and everything began, and I was very trepidatious about going to that thing. And thankfully, it felt pretty dang safe, all things considered, which makes me feel way better about TFcon Toronto in about a month and a bit. So I'm feeling a lot more safe. Specifically, it's because we got a provincial ordinance, which means the hotel is doing all the checks that it needs to do, and it's not foisting that on convention volunteers. And it creates a sense of security that I was very happy to see. And I'll say on record, I also was ready to narc out the hotel if they didn't. So I'm glad they did. And it was nice to see folks. It was nice to see Darryl and everyone else, even for just a few fleeting minutes, because like everyone was... There was a cool that show's almost a podcast in itself. It was a cool vibe of everyone kind of like refinding the energy and having a very nice open space where you could kind of edge in a little bit and just kind of take it in. And if it was a bit too much, you could kind of back out for a sec. There was enough space to do that. But yeah, that's all the stuff I got at my little one-day toy show. Charles went to a friggin' whole ass Transformers convention of sorts. Fancy dude going to fancy shows with multiple days or whatever. Holy moly, me and my little Galvatrons over here. That's my segue.
Thank you for that segue, and I will switch the windows right now. Yes, well, you mentioned TFcon. TFcon Toronto is coming back in December, but last weekend we had TFcon Baltimore. And that happened. It was great. And apparently Maryland has a statewide mask mandate for indoors, so the hotel was enforcing that. And
thank goodness. I didn't want to press people about that, but I did poke some friends of mine who were there going like, hey, just want to make sure you're having fun, but also, do you feel safe? And they said they felt safe, but I was very like, oh, all due respect to those listening from and to Charles, but I was like, America.
I understand.
he gets it. No, he gets it.
Yeah, but yeah, it was masks all weekend. So everyone was wearing a mask on the floor in the panel rooms. The panelists were wearing masks on the stage. So yeah, there was no problem there. Everyone was, and yeah, everyone was pretty much complying. No one was trying to flout the mask rules flagrantly or anything like that. One of the
glad to hear that too.
Yeah. So I mean, the one of the the workers, I forget her name, but I think everyone who's been to TFcon knows one of the ladies who wrangles the panels, and
Misha.
You see, yeah, and she did remind a few people to wear their masks, and as she's walking around, but everyone was cool, so that was very positive. Yeah, so I did go to TFcon Baltimore. We also had Mike, our editor from the show, and his wife came, and Dr. Pants, who's another contributor on the show. He was there as well, so we all hung out. There were a bunch of friends there. We had Alpha Magnus, who's a longtime listener and Donatron. We had number one Derek was there, and I hope I'm not forgetting. I mean, we got a bunch of people on other people. Oh, Jimmers was there. Jimmers and Emmers were both there. So that's he does the Respect the Prime album. He was there, and yeah, lots of cool people. Artists: Livio Ramondelli, Andrew Griffith, Josh Burcham, Paul from Robots with Coffee was there. I think Paul and Jesse were there from Robots with Coffee.
Hell yeah!
Casey Collar. Yeah, Casey Collar. That's right. Definitely. He was there too.
I had a moment there a second ago when you just said Dr. Pants with a straight face and kept talking. It's been so long since I've talked to some like a grander concession of internet pseudonyms. And I was like, oh, Dr. Pants, the famous Dr. Pants.
He's famous if you listen to Transmissions. So he's one of our monthly guest hosts. He's on once a month.
One of the best names I've heard in a long time. I like that name a lot.
He's on. He has his own YouTube channel is Nerdstradamus. So you can check that out if you want more Dr. Pants. But yeah, so I
want more Dr. Pants.
So I did get some stuff. So first, I did want to show. I did get stuff signed. So I did a mini Darryl. So
not a
I
short
got
box.
No, not a short box. Livio Ramondelli, his sketchbook, or this is like Transformers covers, IDW Transformers covers. So that I bought that from him in his table, and yeah, it's got lots of cool. He's done tons of covers from IDW, enough to fill a book, in fact. So these are all in here. He signed it, of course. And then we had gotten last year. Casey Collar had put up this Marvelous Mechs sketchbook that and he did Transformers in the G1 Marvel style, both the line art and the colors. So we had ordered these online, and I got them all signed. So you can see they're all signed by Casey Collar. So I still got to get these out to Darryl and Jeremy and Mike, I gave Mike his at the convention. So
I forgot all about that.
And we've got a couple for prizes too. So, those are cool. Beast Wars, Josh Burcham, he did Beast Wars issues 1 through 6. I got them all signed. And I think these are all Josh's covers. So that's cool. And he's going back to Beast Wars starting with issue 9. So I believe that came out this week or last week. So you should already have that if you're reading the Beast Wars comic. So that's cool. And Livio Ramondelli, I had all his issues of the Kill Lock, so I got them all signed. So, not as extensive as Darryl, but I think I did a good job.
You did pretty well. I'll give you that.
If there was a unit called One Darryl, how much of one Darryl would you call that stack there?
That's probably an eighth Darryl, a 0.125 Darryl.
0.125 Darryl. All right, now that's a solid 0.125 Darryl is like that's what an average person should be doing, at a show. Top out at a 1/8 Darryl. If you get to a 1/4 Darryl, you got to calm down a little bit. Like make sure you got a briefcase at least.
I have to interject for 1 second because this kind of makes a little bit of it fits in with this. This week at work, where I fix photocopiers, I came across an artist in their studio. They were, they're doing their art and they have a photocopier in there that I had to fix. Turns out they did Marvel covers a long time ago. They had them there. Well, I had to order a part for this copier and come back the next day. I brought my copy of his book and got him to sign it during my workday. And because he just had his book sitting on the shelf just loose, I brought him 8 bags and boards. That's how much I need to get books signed by creators right now. I have to find them wherever I can.
I went through a tapestry of not facial expressions, but of hand expressions while you were telling that story.
Anyway, please continue, Charles.
All right. I'm not going to show off everything I got this week, but I will show this. This is important to Darryl because I think he'll be happy to see this too. I got 2 of the IDW Rung Mastermind Creations reformatted. He's called Mentis. One of these is for me, and one of these is for Darryl. So
I'll take Daryl's. It's like I can bring it over to him. I don't seem to be able to punch through the wall here, but
I suppose you want me to pay for that now, huh?
It would be nice. I mean, if
I'm not going to make presumptions about the arrangement.
Chris, if you've got an offer, let me know.
I'm really hoping that I get a chance to pick one of those up in Toronto. At our show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they should have some there. Crossing fingers that there's no shipping or delay or anything. Another thing I got, which I was looking for. I mean, this was available in retail, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I did get Origin Bumblebee.
Ooh,
at the show.
I haven't been able to find that either.
And I wanted to show him in vehicle mode because this vehicle mode is very nice. I mean, this is very much the G1 cartoon, the first episode, More Than Meets the Eye, of the G1 cartoon. His transformation is very nice. Underneath, I mean, there's lots of kibble underneath, but from the top, it's a good looking G1 Bumblebee, and I think it's
it's tiny though, right?
I mean, I'd say he's a deluxe. He's not that big for what they're charging. Actually, I mean, he might be closer to a Legends. I don't know, but he's not.
I asked friends of mine who've got him, and I asked them some very specific probing questions. Because I kind of like how he looks. And I want to pick one up. I know he's out in Toys R Us around here. I just haven't, been able to catch him on the website or whatnot. But my question to basically, he's got that phrase people hate hearing, which is he's small, but he has parts density. So he's got a deluxe of plastic in him. He's just short.
Yeah.
And I've seen him at Toys R Us, Chris. I've seen him at Toys R Us, Chris, and he's over $40.
Oh, they Draculist him? That's a shame.
Yeah.
Because I really would like Draculist. Do you know how much Draculist costs in Canada?
Oh, yeah.
The cost of a leader toy in Canada.
Yeah.
Someone
ridiculous.
miscarried the decimal on Draculist when they brought it. I was fine. I was actually fine with it. I was like, you know what? Yes, okay. I understand. Soft goods, I guess. Then the Americans were like, oh yeah, at Target he's like $30. And I was like, what? So also, I'll put the word out here. Any Americans coming to TFcon Toronto, you just bring a pallet of Draculises and sell them for your American price, you're going to do real well.
He does come with extra plastic bits. It's the he's got a jetpack, a gun. The jetpack, I guess, is from the Dinobot Island episode, but he was already G1 Bumblebee and Volkswagen Bumblebee in the Dinobot Island episode. But I mean, it fits on his back. He's got a 5mm point on his back, so it fits. The energy conductors.
It's cool.
Fine.
That's your $10 up right there. That's $10 right there.
I mean, he can't even hold. They don't plug into a 5mm point. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Like with the
He
figure.
holds them under his arm.
Elastic bands, the little elastic bands that you usually throw out. You put those around, and
so I do have to have I have to kind of paint the sucker on my forehead because I paid $40 American for this figure at TFcon
Shit.
Baltimore last week, and I mean I saw him at two places. I saw him in one place for $50, and then I saw him in another place for $40. And I said, well, I haven't seen him at Target anywhere. I'm gonna bite the bullet and pay the $40. He retails for $23 at Target, which is already pretty overpriced, and I paid it. And then I went to my Target this weekend, and guess what I saw?
Fuck off.
Yeah, there were five bumblebees at my Target. They had been restocked.
so you know why yours is better, and is still worth that money, because yours has something that you can't even put a real price on, which is memories.
Right.
It's part of an experience. It's part of the first TFcon after a very hard about 2 years or so. And it's got memories attached to it, so you actually got a pretty good deal for memories. I mean, those are pretty expensive.
Plus, you supported a small business that screwed you.
Yeah, they did. I mean, usually I don't pay any money for my memories. They're just there. I mean,
Well, these are Transformers branded memories, and they do have an associated licensing costs. So pretty good deal.
So yeah, good deal. So if anyone is looking for an Origins Bumblebee, Target might have restocked. So maybe you should check your local Target. Yeah.
And Charles is
Anyway.
selling one for $50.
Yeah.
Specifically a loose one.
Yeah. And he'll throw in the memories for free.
And that is it for our trips to the store this week. So again, everyone, want to remind you that we are supported on Patreon and PayPal. Thanks to all of our Transmissions donatrons for supporting us. So if you'd like to support us, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. If you
Charles could really use $17 actually. It'd be really cool if you guys could.
I mean that's for the it's for the podcast. The podcast is not doesn't go to me. It's for the podcast.
If you see Charles at a show though, like $17 would be probably a really good Band-Aid.
If you want to leave us feedback, you can go to transmissionspodcast.com/feedback. You can leave us voicemails, emails, contact us on social media. You can even leave a comment right down below in this video. In YouTube, that's cool. We like getting feedback. We usually will respond to it, and particularly voicemails, we like getting those. So yeah, hit us up. And that'll do it for this week's Trips to the Store. Thanks everyone for watching and listening. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Later. It's still here.